So, hello and welcome guys to
Radiant Team Ban.
another match inside the Brunei Dota League. Solo casting today. My name's Digital Unicorn, and today we've got a matchup between BFF and Inspire. So we're looking to get straight into the captain's mode draft here. So please excuse any mistakes because I've got no one to pick up on them because I'm on my own. But we start off with the Invoker ban coming out from Inspire. A very, very powerful mid hero that's just been seeing a lot of play lately. So just a good little ban out there for Inspire. And a similar idea coming out from BFF, the Lifestealer ban. Just a very, very powerful, solid hero in the lane. Great late game carry. Slark being taken out for Inspire. Just a snowball hero. So, but also recently been put into captain's mode. Very few people have worked out exactly how to play against him. So, just get rid of that pest. And another pest. Speaking of pest, Timbersaw being banned out. Favourite little goblin man taken away. It's because they're going to pick the Nature's Prophet. BFF going there for the tree man. So they don't want their trees getting cut down. Nyx Assassin being picked up by Inspire. Seen a lot of play recently in the BDL. As support, but mostly as an offlaner. They seem to enjoy the power of ganking that comes with him. And something that I haven't actually been able to see get played coming out from BFF here, it's the Ancient Apparition. He's been banned out every single time. Almost every game I've watched from the Brunei Dota League. Just a very, very powerful support within recent buffs. Just people just wanting to be rid of him constantly. The Batrider getting picked up by Inspire. Lovely ganking hero. We saw a very, very similar lineup like this coming out from Level Gaming yesterday. The Nyx Assassin and the Batrider being picked up very early. But they had some problems with the laning, not being completely solid, and perhaps not getting the levels they wanted to on those solo heroes. So let's hope this works out for Inspire, because it's always fun to see some lassos blinking around the map. Shadow Demon getting banned out by Inspire. Just interesting, a unique lockdown hero, able to do a lot of lane clear at the same time. But also mainly tri lane, so perhaps looking to preemptively get rid of some of the tri lane heroes coming out from BFF. Silencer banned out by BFF. That's very unusual. Obviously, the global silence very, very powerful in team fights, but also a good lane harasser and potentially a good mid. So it just all depends on the matchup that the BFF are looking to avoid. It could be that they just don't want their team fight sort of countered, but it'll all depend on what picks come next to determine what that ban was all about. Zeus being banned out by Inspire. Obviously they've perhaps done a bit more homework on BFF than I have. I wasn't aware that hero was particularly picked up in the semi-pro scene, so I wonder if it's a little pocket strat of BFF. And maybe maybe prompted by the Silencer ban. Zeus obviously very, very spell heavy, so we'll see how it goes. And another powerful mid being banned out there by BFF. Puck just does everything you want really, burst damage and team fight with the Dream Coil. So one of just very safe bans coming out from BFF here. But the Silencer the only oddball. But we'll see how that plays out. Rubik being picked up by BFF. Lovely little tri lane support. Very, very good as a 5. Let that Ancient Apparition get some farm so we can get his Aghanims. There's not much to steal. Well, there's a few things to steal. You could get Lasso from the Batrider, or Vendetta from the Nyx. I mean, even something as simple as Firefly from the Batrider is very, very powerful on Rubik. Just that mobility. But at the moment, looks like BFF are going to go for some sort of tri lane with the Nature's Prophet in the off lane. Just down to see who they're going to carry with and who their mid's going to be. So Inspire Dota going to pick up the Chen, looking to almost certainly jungle him. With sending the Batrider or the Nyx mid and the counterpart to the off lane. So let's see how this continues to play out. Chen's going to be very, very powerful, obviously, for ganking early, but he's still going to have trouble against BFF's next pickup, which is the Weaver. I'm unsure if this is going to be the safe lane farm. I really not a massive fan of Weaver in tri lanes. He needs levels so that he can get that Shikuchi cooldown, and he perhaps doesn't need the help of a tri lane to secure farm on his own. Just benefits a lot more from early levels. So unless we're going to see perhaps a Nature's Apparition mid, and the Nature's Prophet in the jungle, sending the Weaver into the off lane, could potentially be an option. But we'll see. The Storm picked up by Inspire. Once again, these Brunei teams picking up many solo heroes. I'm really not sure how these lanes are going to work out. I'm going to have to put myself out on a limb here and suggest that Nyx Assassin must be a support, surely, because Chen needs his jungle. Batrider needs some either solo experience or the jungle, which has already been taken up by Chen, and the Storm Spirit often. Almost exclusively in the mid. Although there has been some play with him in the safe lane, so we could potentially see this as Inspire's safe lane farmer, but he does not scale as well as somebody like a Weaver. Into the final banning stage now. Really not sure which one of these drafts I like the most. Inspire coming out with a slightly more lockdown, obviously from the pull-in by the Storm, the lasso from the Batrider and the Nyx Assassin stun, but still, a lot of team fight coming out from BFF with the Rubik to steal all the ultimates. Ancient Apparition, obviously just a team fight winner on its own. And the ban on the Ember Spirit coming out from BFF. Similar principle to the Slark, new hero, not entirely sure what to do with him, but he's also proved himself to be quite effective in the scene and well worthy of a ban. DK the ban out from Inspire Dota, perhaps looking to just find a good mid matchup for that Storm Spirit. Very solid mid laner, not very flashy, but does enough. And perhaps that should have been the ban. Outworld Devourer picked up there. He's going to cause hell for that Storm Spirit if that ends up being the matchup. And Inspire may want to look to dodge this mid lane with somebody that's perhaps not as int based. The final pick needed to come up from Inspire. We'll see what they get. And that's a Spectre. This is a very greedy lineup coming out from Inspire. This could very easily backfire. I'd like to see them pull it off because I love a good Spectre game, but yeah, she takes a while. I know from experience. Really just looking forward to seeing how these lanes are going to end up, because this is out of my experience. Most likely looking at a Spectre, Chen, Nyx Assassin tri-lane with the Batrider off and the Storm mid. But that Storm's going to have a hell of a time against that OD. So guys, let's get straight into it and just introduce our teams. On the Batrider, looks to be heading towards the off lane. We've got Jason, and then VK Heartmore on the VKT Heartmore on the Chen, who's just going to be called More from now on. And let's have a look at that name. That is very difficult to read. Epo, we'll call him. Epo. Or Yimpa. Yimpa Epo. Let's see. Heading on to the mid and the Storm Spirit. Kenny, much easier to say on the Nyx Assassin, looking to be that support in the trial lane. And Snow on our Farm Inspector. And then quickly to introduce our Dire team before any action kicks off. We've got Burgish on the Rubik. on the Weaver, looking to farm, and Pushy on the AA, looking to go aggro with the trial lane here to really shut down that Spectre. Clown on the mid OD, and on the off lane, Nature's Prophet, Speed X. So overall, looking at the draft, I like BFFs a lot more. It's a lot more balanced. But if they don't punish Inspire, they're going to have a lot of problems in the late game. So let's just see how this plays out. Invisibility picked up by Nyx. This could be an early kill on mid if Clown isn't too careful here on the OD. Kenny's just going to be stood right on that high ground ready. He's leveled up Mana Burn. How effective that's going to be, I'm not sure. Without the stun, that's very unfortunate. They're going to drag him in and then throw out the Mana Burn. One little auto attack harass there with the critical strike from the invisibility, bringing Clown down quite low. But I don't think how much that's going to matter. Clown's going to win out the auto attack battle here in the mid. Meanwhile, Snow getting lifted up there. The Ancient Apparition used a Chilling Touch, and R's going to bring him down straight away for that Flare Spud. So much burst damage coming out from that Chilling Touch on the AA. Spectre was fine until that came down. Very effective warding coming out from the Dire, and that's almost certainly the tri lane lost. Snow's just getting very little help here. Kenny obviously only just making his way back from the mid. And the Chen is just jungling up. He's not going to be able to help him out. And that level 1 Mana Burn is going to do Kenny no good in this trial lane. He needs that Impale. He needs to get level 2 so that he can counter all these initiations. Burgess and Pushy getting very aggressive here. They've got wards. They know they're safe. And they've got sentry wards too to counter ward anything coming out from the Radiant. Kenny spamming out the Mana Burn, but he can't keep that up as long as the Weaver can. He's got a Ring of Bassi already. Sim up on the top lane, looking to contest the pull that Nature's Prophet's doing. Speed X though, he's level 3. He's got teleport and treants. He's doing fine. Level 2 on the Batrider. They're pretty equal on farm. Storm though, he's had his int stolen. He's not having a great time. Level 3 on both heroes. Meanwhile on this bot lane, Chen continuing to just jungle up. Level 2. But he might be caught out by Pushy here. Burgess looking to get the lift on him. Meanwhile Kenny and Snow hiding in the trees, looking to get a pick off on Puffy. The Impale now. Kenny's level 2. But the lift coming out from Burgess, stopping that. Throwing him down on the floor. Chilling Trust thrown down. Snow's going to take a lot of damage here from these right clicks. He's been chased down with the Sakuchi, but the creeps are blocking him. He can't get back through the trees. Kenny Moore getting taken a lot of damage on the Chen there. Chilling Touch just instilling fear in this trial lane out from Inspire. So much damage coming up from the Weaver's right clicks when the entire team gets caught inside that. And here we see the power of AA, why he's been banned out 4 times so far this tournament. He just really does a lot of work. Meanwhile, Burgess is going to rotate him behind the Storm Spirit. The Storm Spirit's got a double damage, but he's lifted up. He's taking a lot of damage from Clown. Neither of them is level 6, so he's just going to get chased down with auto attacks. He's going to have an imprisonment soon. He's going to continue to chase. The imprisonment comes out. They've got him completely surrounded here. They're going to auto attack him down. He's going to try and look to go back through the Dire jungle to escape this. He's going to salve up on the high ground. He's going to get cancelled out by the OD chasing him down. OD has just got too much base speed on him at this point. I think it's almost certainly a kill here. He's Astral imprisoned again. Burgess is popping his salve. And the TP coming in from Nature's Prophet, but he's not even going to bother. He's going to cancel that. Moore with a rotation looking to save the Storm Spirit, but just not fast enough. He's trekked a long way for no reason there. And that's a nice little chase down by Burgess. And Clown there, just bossing this mid. Storm Spirit's level 4. He's got a bottle, but Clown, he's level 5. He's got his own. Oh, I apologise. Yeah, he's both got bottle. Let's have a look at this Spectre. She's got Quelling Blade, Iron Branch, and a Tango. A single Tango. She's used a lot of regen and she's getting nothing from this lane. Meanwhile, Weaver, he's got Treads finished. He's got Ring of Bassi. He's doing very well. An Invis Rune picked up now by Clown. He's on level 5, but he's going to look to get a pick off on Sim. SpeedX doesn't have the best disable here against JSim. The trees can be burnt down by Firefly, but the Firefly's been used up. SpeedX taking a lot of damage from the Creek Rats, but JSim's been hastreled up. He's got no mana. He's looking to take down Speed with him. He takes him down. Clown's going to chase him down though, and I think this may be the death of JSim unless he can pull something out of the bag. Or he may just be able to get behind his own creep wave there. He's astral imprisoned up. The creeps are continuing to do damage to him. Clown's going to continue to chase him down, and I think he's going to be okay. That's very, very well played from JSim. He was almost certain to die there, but he was just brave and managed to take the Nature's Prophet with him, who was just in a terrible position. Nature's Prophet just not realising how squishy he is in those early levels. Very, very good play. SpeedX there just struggling now, and that's a failed rotation from Clown, and that's allowed Storm in the middle to catch up. He's level 6. He's got his no talisman and boots. He's doing a lot better than he was 2 minutes ago. Which is never what you want to happen when you gank as a mid. Spectre going for the 2 levels in dispersion just to negate some of this damage coming out from the BFF trial lane. He looks to be going for a Midas. Kenny lifted up by Burgess. Spike Carapace used though, and he's going to stun up the Rubik, and they're not going to be able to follow up. Cold Feet was used too, and it didn't manage to stun up the Nyx. Snow's going to get some last hits though. Let's have a look at the last hit chart, see how that's going. 26 on the Psalm Spirit. He's done a lot of catching up. 15 for 7 for on the mid OD. He's falling behind now after those rotations. Meanwhile, the Weaver though topping the charts out with 28, and the Spectre all not as shut down as I had first thought, sitting at 19. She's only 9 behind, and especially considering 3 heroes occupying this lane from BFF. And only 2 soaking up this experience from Inspire. So they could start to get the better of this. The kill's still sitting at 1-2. But OD really needs to do some catch-up farming now. He's managed to bottle a regen rune. Looks to be a pause coming up from JSim. He looks like he needs to reconnect. So let's have a little look at the roundup of the items. JSim, he's picked up his Tranquil Boots for some regen, and he's not far off that Bling Dagger. Perhaps another 800 gold, and he'll be there. SpeedX, he's still going for that Midas. He's picked up his Gloves of Haste. He should get that finished in the next few seconds after this pause, and he's level 7, so benefiting a lot from that solo experience. He's soon going to be able to just start pushing out lanes. Clown, sitting at level 7. He's got a regen rune, got his boots, yeah, but not much else to his name. So perhaps doing the worst out of this mid matchup, which is something that I wouldn't have predicted in the matchup against Storm. Storm though, he's had his int stolen 4 times. Oh, he's still in the imprisonment. There we go. He's had his int stolen 3 times, so he's not having the best day. But that can be countered by items: bottle, no talisman, and boots. This Chen, meanwhile, hasn't been up to much necessarily in these team fights, but he's managed to farm up his arcane boots. He's level 5. He's almost got that Hand of God, and that's going to turn these fights a lot more. Batrider now reconnecting. This Nyx really needs to pick up his boots, but he's got gold for that. So does the Rubik. They've got boots. Both the supports on BFF now. Very, very mobile. An Ancient Apparition sitting at level 4. Hopefully soon he can get level 6 and start using that Ice Blast. What's it called? Oh, it's just Ice Blast. There we go. But R here, farming up a Storm. He's sitting on 1.2k, and he's going to continue. Lift up on Snow now from the Rubik, and she's just going to Spectral Dagger for no reason and then run away. It's not wasting mana when you get the carry to waste mana at the same time. So, very, very cagey game so far. Nature's Prophet finishing up the Midas, the recipe on the courier as I was talking earlier. Meanwhile, JCM's just going to continue to farm up in this lane. They're really not shutting down this Batrider. That could come back to haunt them, considering their heroes like OD have had such a poor start. Spectre only needs a little bit of catch-up. She's gone hand and Midas. A very odd thing to do against this tri lane, but lifted up now. Chilling Touch coming out. Snow taking a lot of damage. She tries to get the return kill on Pushy. The stun coming out on Burgess. The mana burn used to bring him down. Pushy being chased now. Getting chased down. He's very, very low. They drop a sentry ward, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to have enough mana to Shikuchi away again. Meanwhile, the AA using Chilling Touch again. Brought down by the stun though. Kenny though gets brought down by the Shikuchi and then the follow-up auto attacks. Haste Rune now on Clown. He's going to chase down more. This is the dead hero. Chen being brought down there. A very peculiar little trade there going out on this bot lane. 3 for 3 in the end. Oh no, sorry, 2 for 3 in the end, with the Weaver surviving once again, which is never a good thing for anybody playing against Weaver. Weaver is the one that you want to kill when you're looking at your safe lane farmer. A little rotation here coming out from Ipo. Firefly used, and they're going to jump onto speed. Is the lasso going to get used? Yes, the lasso is going to get used. They're going to pull him back, then they're going to wait, and then use the electric vortex from Stone Switch to bring him right back in. That's a nice little pick off. This Nature's Prophet isn't up to much yet. You can afford to do that. However, he's used his Midas, he's got boots, he's going to go for the treads. And I wonder whether he'll go for a Shadow Blade this game. We'll see. Kenny here, getting back into this lane, but he's doing it all under a dire observer ward, so he's going to get spotted out. They know he's there. Managed to pick up his Perseverance. He's well on his way to a Lincoln Sphere. This is sub 10 minutes. Treads and Perseverance is very, very good farm. However, the Nature's Prophet, he's TP'd into the trees at the side there. It looks like they want to go on Snow again. They're pushing the creep wave. They're going to force it under the tower. And then Speed X is potentially going to jump out and do something. However, he's the top farmer at the moment. This may cost them if he doesn't actually do anything with it. And the rest of the heroes have backed off, so they're going to turn this into a push. Treants used. That's 5 Treants, level 4 Treants, so they're all going. They're going to push into this tower. And I'm not sure if Inspire are going to defend this. They're massing. Some illusions on the Nyx Assassin are going to go around to the back of BFF, maybe strike some fear into them. Burgess is being chased. Vendetta is used. They're going to go under the tower. There's a smoke up on the Chen. Burgess here is going to dispel the smoke. He's lifted up. He's Vendetted. He's stunned. But lift up on the Vendetta used finally to bring him down. Hand of God used. He's been chased down. The Spectre uses a ult. But the Nature's Prophet ult there doing so much damage to all those illusions. Electric Vortex used on the blinking from speed. He's still being chased down, but Clown now has been lassoed up by the Batrider. He's been chased down, netted up by the Troll Summoner, and that's the OD down. A lovely little exchange from Inspire. Pushy is just going to TP out in the forest meanwhile. And that's the Hand of Midas finish for the Spectre, and is forced to retreat back under his tower. And they're going to turn this push around. The tier 1 defended. Chen, he's got the buckler. We're going to force under the tower with all his creeps. And he's going to get caught out by the electric vortex here. He's being brought back in, but Shikuchi's on. He's not taking any damage on the Firefly used. He's going to go down inside the Firefly, unable to get the cast time of his ultimate off. And he's going to go down. The fortification comes out here, but it's just not going to be enough. Nature's Prophet TPing up to the top lane. He's just going to try and split push and maybe force a trade. But Inspire could keep going here if they really wanted to, but they're going to back off. They've got the Spectre, they've got time. Although she's got only a roughly 11-minute Midas. Not ideal, but better than nothing, I suppose. She's got boots. She'll at least start being able to do something soon. She needs to pick up some damage, or just at least some defensive items. Double damage rune. Scouted out by the AA there. And Kenny's going to go for this. Does he have the Vendetta? He does. He's seen the AA. Clown's going for the double damage rune. Vendetta used. Stun used. Poe jumping in. Zipping in. Picking up the double damage. Clown astral imprison himself. Pushy throws down the Chilling Trust to do the more damage. But Clown's going to go down anyway to this double damage rune. The Nature's Wrath coming in. doing some damage, but it's not going to be enough. Po is picked up, he's out of mana, but he's been sent back base. Looking to catch up with the Storm, but the Chen sent him back. He's going to heal up, refill his bottle, and that's a nice little pick off. Well played by the Nyx Assassin, saving that double damage room for the Storm, but at the same spirit denying it from the OD. Lovely position in there. Really well played. Blinking from JCM. They've picked up R. The Weaver's going to getting caught out here. Lift up from Burgess. Slam back down. Weaver's inside the Firefly. He manages to time lapse out. Kenny's chasing it, but he's taking a lot of damage. The Spectre ult's used. Is she going to come in? She's taking a lot of harassment damage from the Spectre illusions, but A gets brought down on the back lines. Rubik, meanwhile, brought down in the Burgess fire. In the Firefly, sorry. And they're just going to back out here. That's lovely, wonderful pickoffs coming from Inspire. They're a gank heavy lineup, really starting to pay off now. And they may look to push here with the Chen. He's got a lot of creeps. Look, big creep army. Some of the nicest ones too. Troll Summoner, Centaur, Astral Imprisonment here, and Blink Lasso again. Getting caught out by exactly the same trick. He's caught inside the Firefly. He's taking all the damage in the world. Storm Spirit being chased by an auto attack. He's going to zip up into the high ground, and then the Hand of God coming out to save him. The Impale missing there. Clown getting chased down by the Firefly, and Storm's going to zip in and Electric Vortex him to death. Burgess being chased down now by the Centaur. The stun's on cooldown for another second. He throws out the stun. He just misses, but the slow from the Storm Spirit is going to be enough. The Nature's Wrath is coming round, and they're going to back off. There's no need to dive under the tier 1. They can just be content to take this tier 2. Nobody on BFF can stop this push at the moment. How's Chen's mech coming along? He's finished the mech. Inspire just coming up with some lovely coordinated play here. And meanwhile, Spectre has finally found some free farm. She's sitting at level 8. She's got a Midas and phase boots and 800 gold. So she's having a lot of catch up time to farm. Obviously the intention coming out from Inspire just to stall, get pickoffs with their ganking heroes so that the Spectre can have time to farm. Meanwhile though, Nature's Prophet and Weaver still sitting on the top of the last hit charts, and the creeps pushing down the bottom tier 1. Unfortunate, but these things happen. Speed X looks to be going for the Orchid. He's got a Sage's Mask and a staff. Burgess here being caught out by Paul, who's also going to dodge the AAL. That's a lovely pick off. I'm not quite sure how he spotted him out, but he's got a regen rune. He's going to be back up at full health, and he's got an Oblivion staff and almost a whole second one. He's going to zip forward, and they're looking now to get a pick off on either R or Speed X. Who are they zipping in on? R is now completely on his own under the tower. Blink Lasso from JSim. Going to drag him straight back through the trees. Going to follow up the Electric Vortex and catch him inside the Firefly. That's a lovely pick-off. So much good coordination coming out from Inspire here. It's absolutely glorious to watch. And the push can continue because of Chen's rotation. Inspire are just everywhere on the map at the moment. Meanwhile, Speedix forced to go into the Dire Jungle to farm up. And this tier 1's almost certainly dead. The AL's going to come in. I don't think anyone's in danger of dying to this. As long as the Chen doesn't waste the mech on it. And they can continue to push here. Very few heroes looking to come and defend this. Clown attempted to force a reaction by pushing onto the tier 1. But if Inspire can get a tier 2 here, they might just be content to keep pushing. TP reactions coming in. Nyx Assassin and the Bat Rider forced back up onto the hill, and Speed X, he's going to TP back top and try and push this back out. Yumpy Po is just, he's fearless, so brave, big balls like planets, but he's going to back out. He's got the zip, he knows he's safe, and they're pinging out a double damage rune here for the Storm Spirit. Burgess on the Rubik's going to head down, and he might get caught out. Yep, and he is. Zip up onto the high ground. Electric Vortex being brought in, and he's having a terrible time this game. Is going to chase down Po. Kenny, meanwhile, going straight underneath the AL, taking a lot of damage. The Spectre ult used. Haunts coming in. Pushy. Lassoed up by the JSim on the Bat Rider. He's chasing down now the Firefly, and the Firefly damage is going to bring him down. They're going to continue to chase here. There's no need not to. Clown getting chased down. Who's he going to Astro Impulse? Not himself, and he's going to get burst down by the Test of Faith Impale combo. Meanwhile, Yampi Poor chasing the Nature's Prophet up under the tier 3s. He's got no fear. He's got a double damage rune. He's doing more damage than they can possibly hope to withstand. And this is looking very, very bad for BFF. And the push is going to continue onto this tier 2. Meanwhile, Spectre, she's not far off. Looks to be going straight for the Radiance. She's seen it just under 3k gold. She's got a Midas to use. Use your Midas, Spectre, please. Please. Hey, throwing out the harassment Shuki. Sorry. Throwing out the harassment Sakuchi. Meanwhile, the AA comes in on the top tier 2, and it's not going to be enough to force this pushback. And Morris had these creeps for a very long time, and he's just they've just finally died to a combination of AAL and Nature's Wrath. He's going to be very sad about that. Speed X is going to continue to farm up inside the Dire Jungle. He's just got nowhere else to go. The Radiant Jungle, sorry, Dire Jungle is just so warded up and completely full of Inspire heroes. Decided to just completely skip the Lincoln Sphere. Maybe not the best thing to do against the Bat Rider, but he just needs something, anything, some damage item, and he's going for the Asher. Meanwhile, Inspire going to rotate to the mid tower. Looks to force down a push. Sticky Napalm being used to just auto attack down these heroes. An Illusion coming out. They're looking to maybe get a pick up in Speed X here. He's been caught out by the neutrals and under a Radiant Sentry Observer Word. Sorry, Vendetta Impale inside the Firefly. That's a dead Nature's Prophet. Meanwhile, Burgess getting very, very aggressive. He's going to get lassoed, but he's not, because the Astral Imprisonment comes out from the OD, their clown. Meanwhile, Weaver's going to go down on the back lines to a lovely little electric vortex from Yimpi Po, and the push is going to continue. That AL just does not cause any fear inside Inspire. They're too tanky, and they've got so much regen coming out from the mech and from the Hand of God. And the push continues. Burgess and Clown looking to defend here. Fadebot coming out to spam out the harass, going to reduce their attack damage, make this tower take a little longer to come down. But I'm not quite sure how BFF can come back from this. This is 4 heroes that's doing all this damage to them. The Spectre's not even involved. She's picked up a Sacred Relic. She's only 300 gold away from picking up the recipe. It's just not good enough. Let's have a look at some net worth. Just as I suspected, BFF supports are so poor at this point, really suffering from being in that tri lane. Rubik has got boots and a magic wand and not much else. He's just picking up wards. Meanwhile, AA, boots and wand exactly the same, and some regen left over from the lane. It's simply not enough to compare to. Let's have a look at the supports coming out from Inspire here. Arcane boots up on the Nyx as well as the one. That's going to make his ganks a lot easier. Chen, obviously not entirely support, but Arcane boots and mech and a point booster and the full Aghanim Scepter waiting for him in the stash. And they're just going to head straight into the rush pit here with all these creeps from the Chen standing on the high ground. The creeps are going to tank, and this is Rush is going to make short work. And unless the AL comes in, they're going to take this to the face. They're not going to have much regen, and BFF may look to fight here. Burgess is going to deward, but he might get caught up by JSim here. No, they're just going to blink. And Inspire just happy to retreat out of the Rush pit. Don't want to overcommit here. Radiance finished up by Snow. He's just waiting for the courier to bring it to him. Use your Midas, Snow, please, please. Just use it. Just use it. Oh, Snow, please. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It just hurts my OCD. He's used it. We're fine. We're fine. Zip up onto the high ground. Yumpa Po is having Burgess's life this game. This Rubik feeling so much pain. The horn coming in from the Spectre, while another Vortex bringing in the OD. A's going to try and blink out here, but that Radiance is doing so much damage to him, and Weaver is brought down also too. This is going to be a push onto the high ground. This is almost certainly a tier 3. Only the Nature's Prophet to defend, and he's just pushing bottom lane. His TP is on cooldown. This is a tier 3 for almost certain. Glyph available for the Dire, but it's not going to do them any good. Rubik's up, but if he steps forward, Impu is just going to blink forward straight again and get the kill. Let's look at the items coming out on the Storm Spirit. He's finished off his Orchid Malevolence. Perseverance finished on him. He's going to go straight into that Bloodstone. He's almost got enough money for it right now. Meanwhile, Kenny now has finished up his Blink Dagger. Jimmo with the Aghanims. And JSim has also got Blink Dagger, Force Staff. And looking to pick up a Shiva's Guard. He's got a Mystic Staff. I didn't even see that. He's only 400 gold away from a Shiva's Guard. That's very, very impressive. The ultimate used from the Spectre there. Oh, sorry. Ultimate stolen from the Spectre there by the Rubik. Who doesn't use Spectral Dagger after they haunt? SpeedX gonna push onto this bottom tower with double treants. He may be able to take it. The glyph's been used. Maybe if somebody TP's in they can save this, but they're not. They're just gonna go straight into the rush bit and get that rush that was denied from them earlier. JSim is gonna Firefly around the high ground. The AA comes in, but these guys are massively out leveling the AA at the moment. Yeah, look at that. AA still only level 6. Meanwhile, every single hero on Inspire is 5 levels higher than him. That's a real issue for them. Saying that, every single hero on Inspire is the same level or higher than their mid hero. So they're having a torrid time this game. Very difficult to see where this comeback's going to come from. Let's have a look at the net worth charts now. Spectre, that Midas is really starting to pay off now. She's got an Aegis, she's got an Ariba, she's going to go for the heart. Who's going to get picked off here? JSim getting caught out inside the Astral Imprisonment, but he's just going to go straight for it. Lasso up on Clown on the OD. The Spectre will use when they're all so low. Clown going to throw out the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough to even kill a single hero. His intelligence is so low compared to these Inspire players, and the Shiva's Guard there finishing off the Weaver, who had already used his time lapse. Ancient Apparition forced to go straight back to the base. And these Mega Crypts are going to continue to push through the middle. Unsure what the next objective is for Inspire. I guess just to clear up another lane of racks. Looks to be the bottom one that they're going to go for. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet caught out again by the Storm Spirit. I'm sorry that I missed that, but he's just all over the place at the moment. A man possessed, simply covering all of the map. Spectre, just the recipe away from her heart. She's such a pretty lady. What's some Nature's Prophet? Nature's Prophet's managed to finish off the Orchid, but how relevant that's going to be against a Storm that's also finished off his Bloodstone. He's just going ham. Where is he? He's inside the Dire Base. I do apologise. It's so hard to keep up with. GG coming out from BFF, and rightly so. They really struggled in this game, but just by no fault of their own, I would say, just some inspired play coming out from Inspire. Yeah, and I'm going to give you a nice little GG. Well played all. And yeah, so guys, that was the Brunei Dota League match between BFF and Inspire. Inspire picking up the win there. Very convincing victory. 7-0 Batrider from JSim, just absolutely flawless. Meanwhile, Yimper Ipo really showing me just how good a Storm Spirit player he is. 12-1, just incredible. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Digital Unicorn. You can catch me on twitch.tv/Digital Unicorn. Where all of the VODs for these games are going to be going up. And thanks for watching, guys, and join me later for more Brunei Dota League.